And that was Karabo Maguire of Power Africa. All right, let's get a check now on how the crypto market is looking today. That's for the TGIF trade. And we're seeing Bitcoin looking much better than most of the altcoins right here. See XRP, Solana, Ethereum, BNB, all of them in the red. But Bitcoin, 0.65% up, 109,000, I guess making a run for $110,000. Let's have a talk now with Chuta Chimeze, founder Blockchain Nigeria user group. Hello, Chimeze, good to have you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, Ladi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. It's been a while. And definitely, looking at the month of October, seems Bitcoin didn't really do well. About 7% down. How are you seeing that?
My brother, we traditionally know October as an October month in crypto. And all of a sudden, it turned to a Rectober month. And we've never seen an October that had this kind of red lines on the market. But again, I think it's consistent with what we've been experiencing since the beginning of the year when the current US president took over. He has not been very consistent, even though about $20 billion have entered the market since January when he took over. But currently, his continuous rhetorics have not been helpful at all in helping to stabilize the market.
Right, but I guess even being around these highs alone, I guess we could attribute that to Donald Trump's impact, on Bitcoin so far. So, at this point, do you think institutional investors are still, stacking up more Bitcoin, or are they taking profit gradually?
Well, to be honest with you, there's a lot of manipulation in the market, and to tell you the truth, I don't think any fund manager is sleeping on any opportunity to dive into the market at the slightest chance. While you were aware, you know that the President of the United States pardoned CZ, and that on its own was also a market booster of a sort, and it brought some kind of insight to what we are expecting to see in terms of stability in regulation and in the overall oversight in the market. So investors are looking at all of these because without a clear-cut and visible pathway for you to predict what will happen in the market, most investors, especially institutional investors, will play it safe, and that's what they are doing right now, playing it safe to make sure that they don't lose investors' fund.
Right. We know, with the crypto market, there's always a narrative that drives sentiment with, a couple of altcoins and the market generally. But looking at 2025, would you say there was a narrative that drove this market?
Well, to be frank with you, the narratives could have been easy to predict, but I think much of it has been basically driven by the Solana kind of giants that are creating tons of tokens every day. And you find out that really good new money isn't coming into the space, and what we are seeing is money moving from one project today to another project tomorrow and another project next tomorrow. Very rare do you see new money coming, and it worries a lot of people who thought that the market could be in any way navigating towards a bull run at this time. But that being said, I think AI closely will come to a narrative that would have worked, but I don't think that really played out very well because the people who are the guys we call the DJs, they are more interested in tokens that will pump today and dump tomorrow, and that is actually what has been driving the retail side of the market as it is now.
And do you think this continues into November, or will we see some kind of difference?
Well, it's obvious now that the traditional market patterns have shifted. So I don't really have so much confidence that we're going to see the usual November pump as he had been every 4 years. Okay, but I don't think it's impossible. We're still looking at what will come out from the meeting that Trump is expected to be having with the Chinese president. He has not done anything. Yesterday, the rate cut from the Federal Reserve didn't do much other than to dump the market. So I think there's so much uncertainty in the market. So I will advise everyone to just be very careful the way you enter the market and don't play with the money that you are not ready to lose.
It's quite interesting. We still see gold at all-time highs at this point, still holding on to the $4,000 level. Gold, Bitcoin is supposed to be that digital gold. It doesn't seem to be acting like digital gold at this point. So is it safe to say things have changed a lot, when it comes to the crypto market, and right now no one knows how to actually make profit in this market?
The beautiful thing about Bitcoin is that people who are risk averse, have a way of dealing with it. I mean, if your risk appetite is high, definitely is a better asset to trade, or aside from gold, of course, because the Bitcoin price could pump 5-10%, but don't see gold pump in that manner anyway. So for most people who are playing the Bitcoin game and the crypto game, they like it as it is, because it enables them to don't forget that whether the market goes up or comes down, there are a lot of people who make money. I mean, if you are trading leverages and you're using futures position, you make sure that you are timing the market properly and you're able to bet properly. Definitely you'll be able to make money when it's going down or when it's going up. And in that type of money, you don't see it in gold. You don't get that type of opportunity to. I mean, you can turn $10,000 around using futures if you know what you're doing, but you don't really have that kind of opportunity to do that in gold.
Yeah, definitely. So much for investors to take in at this time with different asset classes. Well, thank you so much, Chuta Chimezie, founder of Blockchain Nigeria User Group. Great having you. I'll see you again sometime soon.
Thank you, Ladi.